Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Chief Dog 74 and let's get into this one. So today guys, quickly, I'm sorry for the background sound. I forgot to mute my mic while I was doing this. But as you can see here now, we have the McLaren 2008, which Lewis Hamilton drove, and I'm pretty sure he won his title, his first title in this car, by very fine margins. I think this was the year where they thought that Massa had won the driver title, and at the final corner, Hamilton overtook a car to get enough points, so then he'd win by 1 point. But yeah, so we're in this car, and today we're going to be doing the pit stop challenge again, but this time the classic cars. I decided to do it for the classic cars because they don't seem to be getting a lot of love. It's usually most people doing the multiplayer car or the F1 2020 car, and we got some nice cars here on display as well. But we'll be using that one. If you don't know what the pit stop challenge is, basically we have to use for classic cars, they don't have more than one like tyre types. They don't have softs, mediums or hards, or intermediates or wets. It's just dry tyres and wet tyres. So I decided to do 2 sets of dries and 2 sets of wets, and we're gonna do it at Brazil again, and perhaps we could have the same fortune that Lewis Hamilton had in the actual race in 2008, the title decider there. The AI are on 0%, to make it a bit easier, because of course you lose a lot of time when doing pit stops. And I haven't really ever driven in this car. I've driven in the Brawn GP one, but haven't driven in this one, so may require a bit of getting used to, which is why we have a formation lap for this race.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, which has been host to Formula One races since 1973. Sit back and relax for what's going to be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix.
So the graphic cut's a bit short there. When you're in a classic car, because obviously they don't have names of people, it's just random ones, I think, that the game has decided. But we've kept it on the default car setup. We're gonna add some more fuel because of course we're gonna have to be overtaking plenty of cars throughout this experience. We start from the back at P19, which I was a bit surprised on. I didn't know what to expect really, where we'd start, but we're going to be doing it in the cockpit view because obviously there's not a big halo in the way, and plus I think it's a bit more authentic. And I'm wearing the 70-year gloves as well, so fairly fitting for some of these classical cars. As you can see, just getting used to the car and how it feels and drives around this track. But now everyone has lined up for the start of this race, as we now go down to 5 red lights here for the pit stop challenge, and we're underway, and it's a decent start for us. No wheel spin at all, or little to none, as now we go round the outside of a whole bunch of cars, get completely smashed because I was not expecting that person to make a dive bomb there. But we're already up into P16, now going for P15, as we get a very good opening lap. Of course they are 0% AI. We have to hold back in P16 though, because of that car right there, one of the BMWs. We passed our teammate, and now we have the Ferrari ahead, and we kind of rear-end this one because of how slow it was going and how slow the 0% AI are, and getting a bit impatient now to try and overtake here. Of course this is the best chance I have to try and waltz away and get as big as a gap as I can to try and get some places still on the board, really, because we're going to be losing a whole bunch of them when we pit. This was how the race started out for us. It was a decent getaway from us. Of course, being at the back of the grid, it did make us box in. We went very wide at that corner, but that was obviously because of the two BMWs making my life very hard. We go around the outside of one of the BMWs here, and we do on the other one as well, but we're a bit slower, of course, because over the years more safety regulations have happened, making the cars slower, but of course the aerodynamics has improved, meaning that we can outbrake a whole bunch of these cars much better. So we made the overtake on the Ferrari and the I was about to say the Mercedes, the McLaren this time, and so I'd say that's a pretty decent getaway. We go around these two cars, so highly impressive there. This is the start from the person behind us in this race, as he gets forced very central there. He actually did pretty good for an AI to get away like that, but now he battles with a Ferrari, and now we jump a few cars ahead. We're on board with me at the moment, and this was how it looked from one of the BMWs behind, as now I just go round the outside of them, and back on board with me now, as we went fairly wide for that corner. Here's another Ferrari. This is how it looked from behind this one. We do hit them on the rear end of the Ferrari there, as we're a bit impatient to go. Sorry if you could hear my dog while I was recording this video. He was just a bit excited, I suppose. There he goes again. But yeah, on to lap 2 now then, and we're up into P8, so a very good start compared to obviously others from 0% AI. And now we're trying to overtake the future McLaren, which we will do fairly easily on the corners. And yes, Jeff, that was a nice move. And now we fully send it round that corner, as AI go really slow through that one. Send one down the inside of that corner as well, and now we've got another Brawn GP car ahead, which we also go around the outside of. And this Red Bull actually slows me down a lot. In fact, I'm kind of pushing him through this corner with how slow he is. So up into P3 there, but let's have a quick replay of that overtake. And so nice and easy, straight down the inside, nothing the Brawn GP car could do. Now we've got the Red Bull here then, so make the overtake on that one as well, down the inside of course. And now we're up into P2 with Jones ahead, now Jones behind, as we take a rather very central inside line through that corner there then. and now lap 3 then we got the fastest lap, but lap about, I think it's about lap 7 now, and we've came into the pits for our first stop to wet tyres, and Jesus, that was very close to the wall there. I made a few of them well, quote unquote errors, I suppose, in that respect, but now we set on to the wet tyres here then, our first wet. So we done one dry onto the wet, and wow, we almost drift through that corner. That's how bad the wets are, and how cold they are, and how unsuited they are to the track, of course. And this time we have to, well, I say this time, in the other video we also had to do 2 wet tyres, but this time it's double wets then. So yeah, these tyres aren't feeling too great, to be honest. Now on to lap 8 here, and we're being caught up by the Red Bulls. We make a mistake there, and Red Bull says thank you very much, I'll be taking that position right there. So I decide to box this lap. I was thinking of it anyway. We've only done a lap on them, but that is horrific, and this was how the Red Bull did it. So he made a small mistake on that corner, and then on this corner just get the power down too early, and Red Bull just goes down the inside there. Here's it again in a slow motion version on my screen here. So I'd say it's a pretty good catch. Could have gone into the barrier there if the catch wasn't made, but yeah, it was it's a pretty decent catch. But now we go into the pit for this next time then. I'm gonna go on to another set of wets just so we can get them out the way, because I really don't want to have to keep using them. Sorry again for the background sound. But unfortunately the mechanics have put us on dries. I swear I put it on wets. I'm pretty sure I said to them put wets on, but no. So now we're on dries, and we've now wasted a pit stop. So now we go in on the next lap again to switch to another set of wets. I could have went longer on them, but I wanted to finish the race on wets, because or not finish the race on dries, because of course that would have been the much better option for me. At least I feel that would be the much better option for me. And now we go soaring down the order then, as we're now back out again onto some wet tyres. So yeah, this challenge wasn't going so well for me, and now once we've done a lap on these tyres, and we're switching again to dries, and that just shows how terrible they are. I mean, we went completely wide on that corner, but of course then a lap later in we go again, almost hitting the wall again as well. But we now pit for some dry tyres. Someone else also pit as well. Wasn't really expecting that, because most of the cars don't actually pit at all in this race. So yeah, most as I said just before, I had to cough actually. But again we go through this pit stop. Finally, this will be the last one. I promise it's the last one. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. We're now down to P20, so not too great for the team at all really, and me, it kind of ruins chances of getting some of these overtakes done, and eventually we do get the person at pit before us then, and now it's on to lap number 12 just coming up, and you can see first is already like in sector 2 of the next lap, so it's gonna be hard. I don't think we're gonna be able to get into the top 5 because of just how bad we did on making them pit stops, unfortunately. So, but you know, these challenges aren't always going in your favour. They didn't for me today, so you know, but luckily we still do have some action, because just ahead now on lap 13 going into 14 we have got a massive train of cars ahead. And so here it goes then. We go down the inside of this one, go onto the grass a bit there. We did make it look easy, that was because it's on 0% AI there, Jeff, but we outbrake that one, and we go down the inside of this car, halt them up a little bit there, and then we just cut to the end of the straight here, where we get them inside line on this car, just about make the move. It was a bit untidy here and there, of course still trying to get used to this car, and then we sail down the outside of both of these cars, and also round the outside of this one as well. So that was some really good overtakes from us there. We'll have a look at that again then. So here it was on lap 13 to 14 then. So we went down the inside, loads of dirt being kicked about, of course, as we went too much onto the outside of the corner there, and then it's straight down the inside for turns 2 and 3 there then. And then we get the very long run down to this next corner here, and get the overtake done on I believe it's a Renault. I can't quite remember all the teams and stuff in old times, but look at that, we just sail around the Ferrari, our teammate, and this BMW as well. So really good stuff from us here, and now we've got another BMW ahead of us by the name of Barnes, so make the overtake look fairly easy there. But now he starts to get back as we get a bit frosty between each other, but by the end of this braking point we easily I'm able to get him. But just up ahead there then, I've zoomed it in for you, there is the person we're trying to catch, and as Jeff says, it's the final lap here. So as we come round through these corners, can we catch this man to get into P10 and get at least 1 point in this race? Of course, from last in the pack is pretty good for any driver, but for what we've been through, it's I'd say it's very well deserved. But yeah, as usual, we sail around the outside of this corner, break it down just in time, and now a Mr. Jones in the 2004 Ferrari does get the win, so congratulations on him. Didn't even know you too much, but of course we do now go down to one of the final corners there, as we go round the very long bend, right the way across and over towards the finish line. It will be a P10 for us, run out of fuel just on the line. So pretty decent for a pit stop challenge. Not as good as last time, of course, but last time we also had DRS overtake mode as well. So yeah, not too bad there at all.
Nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
So once again, the cutscenes cut a bit short, 'cause of course teams aren't really too much of a thing in this track, or not track, but classic mode. But P10, I'd say that's pretty decent, considering we started last on the grid as well. That's definitely something to be proud of there. And this was the final overtake then, as we went round the outside and got the job done on the 2010 Ferrari. And here it is as we go across the finish line. Beautiful shot from the helicopter, as only man in miles from everyone else there. So yeah, pretty decent. But there you go then. There's the 2008 McLaren once again. Hopefully we did Lewis proud. But that'll be it for the pit stop challenge then. If you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit the like button. If you like all of my content, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also watch the other pit stop challenge of F1 2020, where we are Lando Norris in that one. Comment below on anything you enjoyed through this event. And till then, though, it's been Chief Dog 74. And I'll see you next time.